Thanks for staying with us. We're excited to have you. Reverend Eddie Quay will be joining us later on, even as we talk about his music and his life, and also allow him to be a blessing unto you, even as he comes through. His first time coming through here, and so there'll be something special as well. But it's now time to do the news review. Just as you know it, we have our own way of making sure that we furnish you with our perspectives on the news making headlines and all of that. Well, my guest is here, the ever refreshing, the evergreen, the extremely intelligent and smart forensic scientist, who is also a pastor and also deals with the Next Gen Action Chapel International is here. Pastor Buddy, so just call him Pastor Buddy or Pastor Bernard Addy. But Pastor Buddy is a coinage of Bernard Addy. It's good to have you.
The way you...
the way I want.
I'll pay you back.
I'm sure what you
okay.
what you want to do is act me you. That's all you are going to do.
No problem. It's good to have you, sir.
We're grateful. Well, let's get into the news, shall we? Straight into it. The very first one has to do with Joanna's story. It's a very sad one. As much as we've recorded a lot of deaths, even this year, it hits hard also because of the circumstances following this particular one. We are told that the incident happened with regards to something that ensued between she and her boyfriend, and largely what had happened was that they went into some scuffle. They were near fisticuffs. The guy pushed the lady. Okay, so here's the story. CCTV footage allegedly even captured it. The moment when the suspect, identified as Joanna's boyfriend, and a fellow KNUST student engaged in a violent confrontation with Joanna. During the altercation, Joanna fell to the ground. After realizing she was unresponsive, the suspect, Joanna's boyfriend, allegedly relocated her body to the university's Disability and Rehabilitation Center, where she was later discovered. Reports also indicate that the suspect wrote his midterm exam that morning, wearing the same outfit here, the yellow outfit. So this was the morning of his death. I mean, the yellow outfit, and seen in the footage and all of that. So, yeah, of course, because he's a suspect now, they cannot reveal his face until otherwise proving guilty and all of that. So that's the story.
You play with the Ghana police at your own peril. That's what I've come to know. I remember an incident that was forwarded to me by a church member. She texted me very late in the night, around midnight maybe, and she said she had been kidnapped.
Ooh.
And that I was the only name that came to mind. So she was texting to let me know, and I asked her to share her location. So she shared her live location. Then I called 18555, the police, and then someone picked up. I described the situation to him, and then he transferred the call to the, I think, Mile 7 police. Within a space of 2 hours, they had tracked down the kidnappers, rescued the lady. And the police called me to tell me that they've caught the people and the lady is safe. So Ghana police, you play with them, I mean, they can do the job, they know the work. The fact that they were able to apprehend the suspect this quickly, it shows that if we equip these guys, they'll be very, very dangerous. But it's also sad to think about...
It's not also the case, before you go to the substantive case, it's not also the case that the CCTV installations on KNUST, because I understand that 80% of KNUST is covered because of the issues that were happening and all of that. So that helped quickly to tell this was where was that thing happened. Live action, moving to this point.
And it's a lesson for all of us. Schools, there are so many incidents of robberies and attacks on campuses. So many of them. I heard of a famous one at UCC where robbers went to a large hall where students were studying for exams at night, and they rounded them up, seized their phones, And, luckily nobody was assaulted or injured.
Right.
But it's something that happens. And the investigations of these things are slowed down when there's a lack of stuff like CCTV to help identify the suspects and so on. So it's a lesson for all of us.
Yes.
We have to be proactive, not reactive.
Yes.
But it's sad to think about the lady and the fact that she has grown. Imagine being a parent.
Oh, my word.
You've raised
and I
your child.
understand that they saw this particular news on social media.
The parents?
Yes.
Can you imagine? And you are in Accra thinking, or wherever you are thinking, oh, my child is in school.
My child is in school.
And she's an old Achimota school person. So you can tell, you don't get to Achimota school with weak grades.
Yeah, at all.
So then it tells, and I think she was studying biological science or something.
Yes,
So it shows that she's a smart person. And to raise your daughter to this level, to this stage. And what kind of scaffold was it?
Violent confrontation, we are told, and maybe it's just disagreement.
Lover's quarrel.
Absolutely. Sometimes it could get messy. And see, that's what I was talking about. I think, I mean, it sounds like a broken record now. The issue of trying, no matter how it is, unconscious it is, to teach our children, the younger ones, emotional intelligence, how to handle things. Look, I used to have very serious anger issues. Yeah.
You?
Yeah, of course.
Hey. I can't imagine. And with anger issues.
Now they will come for you. Now they will come for you. Now you have said it. Now they will come for you. Now they will come for you. So the case of, first of all, prayer. Used to hear my auntie pray for me. Used to hear at dawn. And of course, trying to understand that it can be very destructive.
Yeah.
So it has to, no matter how unconscious it is, it has to be taught.
Yes.
That in this, of course, make your case.
Yes.
No matter how passionate you are,
yes,
make your case. But don't allow it to turn into fisticuffs.
Exactly.
Exactly. And all of that.
The Bible says in Ephesians 4, I think verse 26, it says, be angry. It's in Psalm 4.
Yes.
It says, be angry and do not sin.
Yes.
Psalm 4, verse 4, Ephesians 4:26, be angry, do not sin. Be angry. Anger is allowed.
Yes.
But don't misbehave.
Yes, exactly.
In the midst of the anger.
So that's what I learned, that channel it into, of course, letting your anger out, your point out, but don't go.
Don't act on it.
No, it can't.
And it gives the devil a foothold.
Exactly.
Conflict resolution has become something of a menace. These secondary school confrontations we are hearing all over the place. The secondary school have broken out in chaos. This one, it's because of these things. So the emotional intelligence we're talking about is way too low.
Too low.
I mean, and if this is the generation we are raising, hey, Koku, it's unfortunate. These things happen once a while. This is not a very common story, and I suppose that is why it's making rounds a lot, this morning. But it is unfortunate that somebody will have to get their lives truncated under such circumstances and at such a time. 2025 has barely begun. Guys, we beg you.
I know.
2025 has only, tomorrow is first match.
Yeah.
Let's behave and let's be serious.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The suspect has been arrested, we're told, and so we'll see how the case flies, how the police goes about the case. But let's get into what was big yesterday, the State of the Nation address. The president went to Parliament, and here we are. Let's start off with watching snippets of the videos. Let's start off with the economic recovery and what the president and the government intends to do. And when we come back, we'll talk about it.
Yes, since I stood in this chamber at this very spot to declare my determination to fix Dumso, a legacy problem of power shortages. And Mr. Speaker, I fixed it. Yes, I promised to fix it, and I did. And I wish to place firmly on record that from January 2016 until I handed over the administration of this country on January 7, 2017, there was no power rationing or load management in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, today, inspired by the Almighty God and propelled by the massive mandate given to me by the good people of Ghana, I am moved to make a similar purposeful and bold declaration that I, John Dramani Mahama, I will fix the economic crisis confronting our country and reset it on a path of growth and prosperity. that I will fix the economic crisis confronting our country and reset it on a path of growth and prosperity. My government, working with you and every Ghanaian, will solve the challenges because we have developed the plan with our people's support. When I decided to run for president again, I did so because of what I knew about the state of our country. I was aware that huge problems awaited me upon assumption of office, but nothing could prepare anyone for the reality of the depths to which our economy and our governance had sunk. Our elders say...
Well, that's it for the State of the Nation address. And so just as it is yesterday, the president was in Parliament to present to the whole country and the world what the state of Ghana is. And so that's the first part, the issue of the road to economic recovery. I see a lot of politics ongoing because when you find the MPs and how they reacted in Parliament and what they do after, or you even found pictures of the minority leader going to greet the First Lady, speaking into her ears. I think it might not be just what we see. There's more to it.
There's definitely more.
Let me take your initial thoughts on the recovery and what you probably have heard, whether or not the president has what it takes to fix this economy.
I think it does. And especially because he's been here before.
Yes.
He's made his mistakes. And there's this statesman, I think the director of the IA, he said he could tell by the way the president was speaking that he's learned his lessons. And at this point, he has nothing to prove because he's been here before. He's the one who brought this whole dead goods. It got to a point, the man was just traumatized by the bashing, you know. And I think for me, I was more shocked than anything else. I think the emotion that best described my reaction to the Sona was just shock because of the figures.
Okay.
You know, the figures were startling. And the president has no reason to lie.
Of course.
He has absolutely no reason to lie. If it is true that the sinking fund has just $64,000 in it. Koku, you come and sell your house to pay the national debt. Because for those who don't know what a sinking fund is like, I've gone to, no, I can't borrow. Fear. Quickly, somebody has gone to borrow. Somebody has gone to borrow, let's say, 2,000 cedis.
Okay.
And then the person is going to be surcharged every month, let's say 100 cedis every month. So it's going to take the person 20 months to pay.
Yes.
If that is the case, the person opens an account and says, I'm putting in this 500 cedis so that every month when the deadline hits, I don't have to scramble and go and look for money. So it is a fund that is dedicated to servicing debt with a certain threshold amount in it so that you don't have to struggle when your deadlines are up. Ghana's own has 64,000 in it to service a debt of almost 800 billion Ghana cedis. Oh, now even the individuals around the government, how much do they have in their dollar account? $64,000 is a national. It doesn't make sense. And that is just one. He went on talking about the debts in the energy sector, cocoa board, the national service thing, agric, sports, health. He said since he left office in 2014, the health equipment have not been serviced. Yes. Since 2014 and 2025. So 11 years without service. And I know, I have a lot of friends in the health sector, so I know that is true. It is true. I mean, up until recently, the oxygen plant at Kolibu was down, was condemned.
Last week or so,
Yes.
Or even this week.
It was very, very impeding to the operation of Niku, Piku, and the pediatric, the child health. It was bad. So I know that the president he doesn't have any reason to lie, really. And so my initial reaction, I think shock more than anything else.
So much as I agree with you, I also say that the president did not bring the monies to fix whatever it's doing is coming from somewhere.
Yes.
And so what it means is that the SWAL government might have left some of the things. So I say this without any ounce of doubt that whatever the government has inherited is from the SWAL government, because we are only in 2 months.
Yes.
So when I find it very interesting when the opposition says, you brought Dumso, but in the case of paying DDEP people, it is our money. Do you understand? Do you see the double standards? I'm saying that they say, the money you are using to pay, no, it was inherited by...
Yes, from us.
From us.
Yeah.
But the Dumso you have, no, you brought it. You get me?
The opposition, I think, should wake up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, as much as I agree, Mahama has inherited everything, including the monies to pay for those people, including what we are struggling.
But you see, the monies to pay, no, is not. They are not dedicated to service the DDEP. No, he's taking it from somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So, energy, for instance, he mentioned that ECG and the what do you call it? The levy people, the levy collectors, they were able to take
GRA or SNIT
and for the energy sector alone.
Okay, ESLA. Okay.
ESLA was able to collect 40 billion 45 billion Ghana cedis in revenue.
Yes.
But by the time the government was leaving office, they were owing 70 billion. So it's not that they didn't take money. It's not that they didn't collect money. Their money spread across. It is now his responsibility to prioritize the spending.
Yeah.
So the monies that he's using to service the DDP, he's taking it from somewhere.
Yes.
It's not that maybe you left
they
money
issue bonds.
Yes.
All of that. Yeah.
And so because of that, even the treasury bills rates are down. All of them are down. So if you have treasury bill or you are planning to buy a treasury bill, you will not be getting any good rates from 30% to 27. Oh, come on.
Even 24.
Even 24. Those that were like 27, 28% are now down to 24. So, look, we've had enough of this. We really have had enough of this. If we were pleased with the way the former government was, there's a way you are not pleased with somebody, but then it's not that much, you know. Like when NDC lost in 2016, it was quite close in terms of percentages. I think they had like
1 million.
The percentage gap.
Right.
It was like 49,
40s,
and then they were like 51, something like that. So they lost, but you can see that the approval rating was not that bad. But to lose at this rate, 30-something percent.
Yes, well,
and you still have mouth to talk.
The EC has said it's not 38 and it's like 41 or something.
No problem, but the gap. Look at the parliamentary majority-minority gap.
Yesterday they wanted to sing and then they overshadowed. But talking about what Pastor Buddy is saying, the issue of cutting down costs and to be able to raking enough, let's look at government efficiency as said by the President at the State of the Nation address.
2025, we have upheld our commitment to a fiscal consolidation agenda with a streamlined government. We have eliminated unnecessary expenditures and reduced our reliance on borrowing. Our prudent debt management practices have led to a substantial reduction in interest rates. The 91-day Treasury bill rate, which was 28.51% on January 6, 2025, has dropped to 24.48% as of February 24, 2025. Similarly, the 182-day Treasury bill rate, which was 29.07% as of January 6, 2025, has decreased to date to 25.388%. Mr. Speaker, the 364-day Treasury bill rate has also moved from 30.41% to 27.30% in the same period. We signed a Memorandum of Understanding with our Official Creditor Committee, OCC, to formalize the debt treatment agreed upon with our official creditors. This marks a crucial step towards Ghana's restoration of long-term debt sustainability. The agreement will enable financial resources to support and strengthen our economic recovery. Mr. Speaker, on February 20th, 2025, the National Tripartite Committee and the Public Services Joint Standing Negotiating Committee concluded negotiations on the 2025 minimum wage and base pay for the single-spine salary structure, respectively. I want to use this opportunity to reiterate my sincere gratitude to organized labor and the Ghana Employers Association for their understanding and cooperation in reaching this agreement on the minimum wage and the base pay. On the final day of negotiations, I enjoyed the privilege of joining my comrades, the leaders of organized labor, for the concluding discussions. I'm confident that the sacrifice we have all made this year will significantly benefit our economy's health in the future. We look forward to a positive economic outlook as we restore macroeconomic stability. We encourage...
Well, even before this, there's been a lot of talk about cutting down of costs and all of that. We've had to see ministers cut down from some numbers, huge numbers.
More than 100
to 60. We've also seen he announce that there's the case of, unless the travel is very urgent, you do it, and you have to go through the chief of staff.
Yes.
You cannot travel first class or business class. There's also the 6th of March, which is our Independence Day, that we always spend monies and try to use students to do, is also cut down.
Yes.
Regional, no. I think it's only regional or district or one of those districts that could hold that. Even it has to be done on a very tight budget and all of that. But it will all be held at the, I think today is the 28th shooting incident, February shooting. So we'll talk about that. But governing efficiency, I mean, he started well, right?
Yes, I think he started on a good footing. The complaints about the size of the previous government were always there, even from their own people. They kept saying, yo, you could have one ministry having like 5 ministers because there's a minister for communication, there's a minister for communication at the presidency, there's a minister of state in charge of look. And it was just a whole mess, you know, and all these, because they are ministerial positions, will have to be treated accordingly financially. Of course. The remunerations and everything will have to be there. And so I think that the cutting down of the ministerial portfolios and reducing it to that size, it might affect the way we see certain things flow, because we are used to operating with huge numbers. Yes. So another positive is the fact that he merged some of the ministries.
Indeed.
It's going to make the running of it a bit special. We are looking. We will see how it goes. But the efficiency in terms of finances is good. It's good for the country. I see. Because it's not that we don't have money. It's just that we spend more than we make.
We need to be frugal now.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Let's now do agric, shall we? I mean, Africans run agrarian economies, and Ghana is not an exception. And so that's why a lot of people have even said that you can't go and even cut money. When you say cut money, go and print money and not put it in productive sectors. One of the sectors that you can do that, so you can make gains, is the agricultural sector. This is what the president had to say, amongst other things.
Mr. Speaker, Ghana has fertile lands, abundant water, and human resources. Yet we face a paradox. Our food import bill continues to soar, reaching alarming levels of over $2 billion annually. In addition, rising food inflation is burdening households and threatening livelihoods. To address this, we're implementing several well-considered policies to grow the agricultural sector, including agro-processing. This will be backed by reliable power supply to meet our country's needs while advancing exports to earn foreign exchange and strengthening our economy. Mr. Speaker, the Agriculture for Economic Transformation Agenda, AETA for short, will modernize agriculture, enhance agribusiness, ensure food security. It will lower food inflation, it will boost exports, and create sustainable jobs. The Feed Ghana program will increase food production and reduce prices through projects like the Grain Development Project, focusing on rice, maize, and soybean production. The Vegetable Development Project will target crops such as tomatoes, onions, and pepper. Our Poultry Farm to Table project will eliminate poultry imports and increase local production. Ghana imports 95% of its poultry needs, which costs over $300 million annually. To reverse this trend, government plans to revamp the poultry sector by investing in hatcheries, feed mills, processing, and distribution. Working towards eliminating poultry imports. And this is a good one. The Nkukon Kitten Kitty project.